Keith, I said it earlier, I'll say it again. Haven't heard that music in a while.
No, it's been quite a stretch, and I think we were getting lulled to sleep a little bit. And I think not just this storm, but the pattern going forward is going to wake us up out of that. For sure. So here's the beginning of this system, which is now starting to fill in pretty good down across York County. And I mentioned before, there was some dry air initially involved in the system. That's why it looked like it was snowing in Portland on the radar, but it wasn't until just about 15 minutes ago or so. And if we strip this of the radar algorithm, it gives us a better idea of what's actually hitting the ground. Look at that little hole just close up in the last 10 minutes or so. So this is starting to fill in pretty good and will continue to snow through the rest of tonight. Now we widen the picture out, warm front stretches back. And an interesting thing about warm fronts versus nor'easters is they're typically just a little bit more reliable. Nor'easters are a very dynamic system, so sometimes you can get dry slots in there, you can get a storm that doesn't bomb out in time. There's a lot of variables. Not that this is easy, but you do have just a front and moisture going over the top of it, which makes it a little bit more reliable for snow production. So right now we're in the 20s to around 30 degrees. That'll be snow right from the get-go. And there'll be some sleet pinging around, I think, over York County later tonight. But I don't think it's a big factor. As you see that sleet line there across northern Massachusetts, I think the warm nose stays to our south, so we don't have much sleet. And the snow starts to move into Bangor. This says 3 a.m. Let's call it 4 or 5. I think it'll take a while for the dry air to erode there. That's when it's snowing there. And look at these temperatures. While it's snowing tomorrow morning especially, it's going to be quite cold. 14, 15, 16 along the coast is a cold snow event for us. And so it will be snowing pretty hard through the morning commute, especially the first half. By say 9:30, we'll lighten it up a bit. And then through the middle of the day, we break out to just kind of snow showers at that point. And so things really lighten up and perhaps stop through tomorrow afternoon. That's when the second round comes back in tomorrow night. And this by itself is kind of a 2 to 4 inch deal. It's not a big deal, but it's coming on the heels of the snow that will fall tonight. And so I think cumulatively, obviously, this will feel like a bigger storm, even though this is only a 2 to 4 inch deal. And it is worth noting across northern Maine, this will be the bulk of their snow, will be this second wave. They probably won't get much from tonight's. And then we get this thing out of here by Friday morning, and we're quiet after that for a little bit at least. 8 to 12 still looks good. A little sleet pinging down across York County, perhaps 4 to 8 into Bangor, and then 2 to 4 up into Caribou. There's not much change from the initial offering. After that, we go into the freezer for the weekend. Very cold on Saturday and Sunday morning. I'm already interested in this Tuesday storm. In fact, I was watching the latest model come in already, which is a bad sign because it's so far out there. Could be big is what we have for Tuesday. As I mentioned before, if you were watching, I don't know who gets crushed by this, Boston or us, but it's somebody. So stay tuned on that. In the meantime, that storm on Sunday looks to be just a little light snow, but it could be another inch or two. So we're just going to kind of keep piling it up, and then we'll see if we really pile it up mid next week.
All right, let's focus on this first
I
storm.
know, I just got to get distracted. I'm sorry.
Thanks, Steve.